Hours ago, Vice President Harris returned from a campaign rally in Wisconsin. She came down the steps of Air Force Two. She looks pretty excited, saluted the Air Force personnel at the bottom of the stairs, headed over to the Marine Corps helicopters. This image plays out all the time, but this time, everybody cares. Everybody's watching. She is the incumbent vice president now running for president. 48 hours since President Biden announced he was not seeking re-election, and without a single vote, not one, the candidacy turned into a coronation, and even Democrats are worried. Just look at some of the headlines, and these are not right-leaning publications. From the Daily Beast, why Dems risk apocalypse with Kamala Harris coronation. New York Times, are Democrats right to unite around Kamala Harris? The Guardian, key Democratic donors back Harris, but others warn against coronation. The Telegraph, Harris coronation by elite is threat to democracy, claims J.D. Vance. So there is that. Gimay Wood in The Atlantic writes, Democratic politics felt like a game rigged by insiders to favor a candidate of their choice and to isolate that candidate from the risks associated with campaigning. Jonathan Kott, former communications director, senior advisor to Senator Joe Manchin, is with us. Ashley Damas, former White House official for George W. Bush. Do Democrats, Jonathan, risk being in a situation where they have protected someone who was a terribly weak candidate in 2020, and her first time back on the campaign trail in any meaningful way is under a microscope, I think, unlike any other presidential candidate has had?
No, because I think she's had the 3.5 years in the vice president's office, which is under the microscope at all times. She was under the microscope the second she got there. And look, she didn't do well in the 2020 primary. She has learned a lot. She actually has learned that there's a big difference between campaigning and governing. And I think what she's going to do is she's going to lean on her record and get out there, and she's feeling comfortable. You can see how happy and relaxed she is at the crowd in Wisconsin today. You can see how happy she was at the campaign headquarters the other day. I only think she's going to get better as this goes on. But yeah, the scrutiny is going to be on her like nobody else.
No, I mean, you're exactly right. But I actually think as Republicans, we love to run against her record. I mean, she was the immigration czar, lack of better word.
Most liberal senator in 2019.
Most liberal senator. Obviously, her position on crime is not good. And she's going to have all the Biden policies wrapped around her neck. If not more liberal, actually.
The policy thing is interesting because so much of her rallies now are anti-Donald Trump. That was what Joe Biden did as well. You nodded along. There you go. Yeah. Today, they were chanting, lock him up, which is interesting because in 2016, there were chants of lock her up, referring to Hillary Clinton and also to Gretchen Whitmer, the governor of Michigan. Here was what Whitmer had to say.
The president is at it again and inspiring and incentivizing and inciting this kind of domestic terrorism. It is wrong.
I have no problem with that. I am not...
Wait, hold on. 10 days after somebody tried to shoot him, you have no problem with that?
I think the rhetoric in the country alone should come down. I don't think Democrats chanting lock him up is anywhere close to the insanity that Donald Trump has spewed. I was in the Capitol the day he incited an insurrection. He had a chance to change his tone and, calm the country. He chose not to do that. The stuff he has said...
I thought his RNC speech was relatively
Have you seen his truce since then? I mean...
The first 35 minutes. I mean, let's be honest. The first 35 minutes were very good.
The next 60 minutes sort of put you to sleep. Okay, I was there for it. Or made you check your phone.
I also don't subscribe to the Michelle Obama, they go low, we go high. If we're in a knife fight, bring a gun. I'm sick and tired of Democrats not playing by the same rules. I want to win. And if that's what it takes and the crowd gets fired up, go for it. He's also a convicted felon.
So here's how my whole take on this is. Let her have her time right now. Yeah. Obviously, she's going to have to defend her policy, not only her policies, which are much left than what Joe Biden's are, and she's going to have to defend Joe Biden's policies. Yep. So she's got the worst of both worlds.
Right. She's got to run on their record.
But also... we were both at the convention, and the energy on the Republican Party, which I have not seen since pre-2016.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider.
And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.